talk about all the games happened on Monday. The first game is the Celtics had a back-to-back loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They had a couple of guys out. Jason Tatum was out. So, of course, Jaylen Brown had a huge game, but not enough. He played 45 minutes. This game went overtime. But huge minutes for him. And they have Robert Williams out for a week in the playoffs. Don't have an IR spot. It's an automatic drop. So Blake Griffin started, and they gave Horford was also out, so they gave Mike Muscala 35 minutes. He could be a streamer guy before the game, but didn't really do much offensively, but had 2 steals and a block, which is nice. Derek White, Malcolm Brogdon, as long as Tatum is out in situations like this, or Jaylen Brown is out, Derek White or Marcus Smart is out. Those bench guys, they are more than capable of coming and play 25. I mean, Malcolm Brogdon could start majority of the teams. 24 points, 3 threes. It's a luxury to have him coming off the bench for this team. 5 for 5 on the free throw line. Really good stuff. Same thing with Marcus Smart. 2 steals and a block with 5 assists. For the Cavs, Donovan played 47, had 40 points. Great stuff. Darius Garland, 12 assists, 17 points. Mobley had 3 blocks and 17 rebounds. Interesting that Jared Allen only played 25 minutes. He had 3 personal fouls. Is it due to no? He's not hurt, just due to matchup reasons. But you see what happens when Mobley plays at the center and he have huge minutes. He gets 3 blocks, he gets 17 rebounds, great stuff. And Karis LeVert, they have a back-to-back. You could stream a huge game from him when it comes to defensive stats. Had 2 steals and 3 blocks, and 4 assists. But for the most part, right, he give you a little bit of assist, add a little bit of defensive stats. That's pretty much it. So unless they got a back-to-back, but his minutes has been great, over 30 minutes pretty much every game. The next game, super high-scoring game, and this game did not go to overtime. They scored 147 points versus 143, and Harden had 20 assists, 14 points, and 9 rebounds. He can do that. Give you 20 assists. That's huge. Tyrese Maxey, on the other hand, just give you points and threes and nothing else this game. And efficiency. Joel Embiid made all the free throws, 19 for 19, 42 points with 2 steals and a block. And with Tobias Harris out, Jalen McDaniels is the guy that we could stream. Played fairly well. 20 points, a steal, and 8 rebounds. Good efficiency everywhere. If Tobias Harris continues to be out, we could stream him. And you have Shake Milton come off the bench, just go off it. Play well. It's 15 points with 4 threes, and DeAnthony Melton with 5 personal fouls. Otherwise, he could get close to 30 minutes. It's just every time he's close to drop, somebody gets hurt, and you hold on to him for a few more games. But I think when everybody is healthy, he's not really worth. He's not absolutely must roster because the minutes he's not getting 35 minutes a night with everybody healthy. For Indiana Pacers, Buddy Hield's minutes has been a bit low. They're just giving some of the young guys some minutes. Let's monitor, right? If he's getting this game, he played well. Not well. He played okay, 4 threes and 15 points. But in the playoffs, if he's getting 23 minutes, then he's a drop. Not a drop yet. Tyrese Halliburton went off 40 points and 16 assists. They might rest him a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. Miles Turner fouled out in 17 minutes. You don't see that very often. But he did commit 6 fouls in 17 minutes, so obviously not a great game from him. Benedict Mathurin played 30 minutes. He's been taking some of the minutes away from Buddy Hield. Chris Duarte has been getting a few more minutes. And this game, TJ McConnell played 22. So the minutes are kind of all over the place. It's hard to predict. But if they have the back-to-back, need some points, Benedict Mathurin could be an option. TJ McConnell could be an assist option. The next game is the Portland Trailblazers. Great win over the Detroit Pistons. They need every win. And Damian Lillard, of course, 31 points, 12 assists, triple-double. Added a steal and block. He has been absolutely amazing. Struggled from the field a little bit this game, 35%, but it's okay. And would you look at Cam Reddish? 8 assists, 2 steals, 13 points, 3 threes. Amazing. We got to have him before Fernie Simons comes back. Could be a week, could be 2 weeks. Matisse Thybulle played. The minutes is high. Didn't do anything. That's what happens. Just hold on to him. Next game he could have 3 steals and 2 blocks. Jeremy Grant had 1 steal and 3 blocks. Drew Eubanks added 1 steal and 2 blocks in just 19 minutes. But they're not giving him huge minutes. I don't even know I want to roster this guy with Nurkic out. It's a different story last year, but this year hasn't been that great. For Detroit, Jaden Ivey 4 for 14, but had 13 assists, which is pretty impressive. With Killian Hayes out, let's see if Killian Hayes is gonna play. They're like tanking. They're not rushing anybody back. Jalen Duren is still out. James Wiseman in the meanwhile. Even without Jalen Duren, he plays 24 minutes. So I feel like, he added 3 blocks, which is nice. Marvin Bagley is the guy that's get consistent minutes. But also Isaiah Stewart is out at the moment. So let's see when all the guys come back, or are they going to come back at all? Play 1 or 2 games and just rest everybody. So that's the state for this team is, when you have a back-to-back, they're just resting a lot of guys. All right, let's go to the next game. The Atlanta Hawks barely lost. I mean, the Miami Heat, usually they don't score 130 points. They did here, 120 and 130. Trae Young had 25 points with 7 assists. Sadiq Bey has been pretty good coming off the bench, hitting a lot of threes. He hit 3 threes here. If you could stream him for threes and points. Bogdanovic actually getting fewer minutes than Sadiq Bey. So I think Bogdanovic is a drop. If you need threes, just stream Sadiq Bey. Right? It seems like he's been hitting more threes than DeAndre Hunter and Bogdanovic. DeAndre Hunter had 14 points and 1 3 and a steal. Okay. And John Collins, we got to think about dropping him. Again, he's in foul trouble. 17 points is pretty nice. But check their schedule. If you don't need the efficiency, John Collins he give you a little bit blocks, but he's really not giving you a lot of counting stats, but he give you some efficiency. Clint Capella played 33 minutes, no defensive stat, but added 10 rebounds, so Okongwu only gets 14. Devontae Murray also had a decent game, 8 assists and 2 steals and 23 points. For the Miami Heat, great win. Jimmy Butler, no defensive stats, but had 26, 9, and 9. Can't complain. And Victor Oladipo came off the bench, played 32. It's not, his minutes is not consistent, but we know Victor Oladipo can put up some defensive numbers. He added 2 blocks here, 4 threes, 22 points. Not bad, right? He could be a streamer, for sure. Bam Adebayo had 3 steals and a block, 5. Just all around, very, very well-rounded game out of Bam Adebayo. And Tyler Hero had an below average game, just 13 points and nothing else. We go to the next game. The Toronto Raptors lost to the Denver Nuggets. They made it close. Consider they're on the road. That's okay. No shame in losing to the Nuggets. OG coming back from injury, he hasn't been the same. His defensive stats also dipped quite a bit. Beginning of the season, every time I look at him, he's like 3 steals, 4 steals, 2 steals, 0 steals, and his offensive game hasn't been clicking either. 12 points. Siakam, 19 points. Also below average game from him. But we have our Jacob Poeltl playing super well on this Raptors squad. 32 minutes, 9 rebounds, a steal and a block, 4 assists, 9 for 13 from the field. Amazing stuff from Poeltl. Scotty Barnes, of course, efficiency is bad, but added a bit everything else. And Family with 14 assists is very impressive. With 3 threes, 8 for 8 from the free throw line, and 2 steals. One of his best games in a little while. He's still ranked inside that top 25 despite a quote-unquote down year. And Gary Trent Jr. is tough. With everybody healthy, he gets just 23 minutes. We knew it was kind of going to happen. When everybody comes back, somebody's going to go to the bench, and it's Gary Trent Jr. I wouldn't drop him yet, because usually he still gets 28 to 32 minutes and can contribute. So I'm just going to hold on to 1 or 2 games and see what happens. And of course, if you don't need the threes and you don't need the steals in your playoff matchup, then he's a drop. For the Denver Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr., 20 points, 0 assists, no surprise, with 4 threes and a steal. Great. Jokic is so interesting to see Jokic's line. 17 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists. Only take 8 shots. But he's just in control always. He could score if he wants to, but give the ball to Jamal Murray, who had 24 points. Give to KCP a little bit, who missed all the threes, but added 4 assists and a steal. And Aaron Gordon continued to shoot at a pretty amazing clip, because he does a lot of cuts, a lot of easy shots from Jokic. So, having a great year so far. Because historically, his field goal is really, really bad. And this year, he's shooting amazingly over 55%. It's all because of Jokic, in my opinion. Obviously, he himself is playing well. The next game is the New Orleans last game of the night. The Kings beat the New Orleans Pelicans 123-108. The Pelicans, they're just a mess without ever since Zion got hurt. Valanciunas came back, had a big double-double, 19 points and 12 rebounds and a block, and 9 for 11 from the field. Great stuff. Herbert Jones, 37 minutes. Great. I think Josh Richardson was taking some of the minutes away from him, and now this game he played 37, so he just keep it, right? 8 rebound, 8 assists, still on the block. Let's just keep it and see. Even 28 minutes of him sometimes could be valuable because he could get you 3 steals and 2 blocks in those minutes, depending on what team they play. Brandon Ingram, 24 points with 6 turnovers and 2 threes, not much else. And Trey Murphy added 2 steals and 2 blocks. We should also roster him with Josh Richardson out. For the Kings, yeah, they're here. Another great win for them. And without De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, triple-double, handle the ball a little bit more, steal in a block. Kevin Huerter hit 6 threes. Devon Mitchell could always be a good stream with De'Aaron Fox out. Keegan Murray hit 2 threes. Harrison bombs. Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of young guys, a lot of athletes can really run up and down and floor and shoot the 3 really well. They shot 42%. And of course, they blew them out. All right, that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.